Hi, and welcome to Hoffman's Hot Seat. I'm Tom Hoffman with One-to-One Media. Joining me today is Mark Krieger, President at Media Roost. Today, Mark and I will be discussing opportunities for companies to use social media as an extension of their customer service and support efforts. Mark, thanks so much for joining us today.
Tom, thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
So, Mark, why is it important for companies to integrate social media as a channel for customer service and support?
Social media is a channel just like other channels. So there's the traditional help desk, there's email, there's phone. Customers can choose to make contact with you. I'm particularly experienced in the help desk world, and the contact that the customer might make could be more broad than a general help desk connection. For instance, a user might have a product or service problem, or a product or a service question, or pricing question, or even questions about marketing or rollouts in the future. And they might even have a response to a social media marketing campaign. So one can view social media as just another way to communicate with your customers. And especially in the latter area where a customer has a problem, a customer has an issue, a customer wants to know about a product, the social media background of doing service desk or customer interaction could be very, very important. And this is an example one of my friends had just the other day. His PC went dead. He contacted support through the usual channels at a big company. They didn't get back to him very quickly. He was very upset about it. He sent a tweet out, and it happened to be a tweet to a company that reads tweets about customer problems, actually seems to read tweets about everything. And someone got back to him about that. He was surprised, but he was also very happy. They followed that up with direct messaging between them so they could do more interaction. It turned out to be very, very, very useful. Another one that's had a lot of play in the media have been the airlines. Both Delta Airlines and Southwest Airlines have had cases when the weather was bad this past winter. The lines are long at the counter. The phones are completely ringing off the hooks. You can't get to anyone. Your plane's been canceled or is about to be canceled. You think it might be canceled. People who are social media savvy were tweeting about it. I can't get on my flight. And there were articles about both those companies, both Delta and Southwest, who had people on staff waiting and looking for service problems that their customers were having, got back to them, helped them rebook, and it's just one part of a service desk or a help desk effort. So I think it's very important, and we've put a lot of energy in our Tweet Roost product around helping companies who are trying to help their customers get back to them and manage tweets for multiple users and multiple Twitter accounts. So we think it's very, very important.
What do you find are the key challenges that companies need to address as they go about trying to integrate social media as a support and service channel?
Well, I think the first one is to make the commitment to the channel. And what that means is to have someone in some area of the company, and not necessarily marketing where it might typically be, reading the channel. And we're very heavily invested in Twitter. That's the social media platform we're supporting with our product. But it might mean reading Twitter and Facebook and other social media channels. But it means that you really want your staff to be reading that, and you want someone to be assigned to it, and you want to make the commitment to that. Once you've made that commitment, you may have multiple social media channels like Twitter, Facebook, etc. And you also might have multiple accounts. Consider any company which is using Twitter, for instance. They might have multiple brands, so they'd have multiple Twitter accounts. They might have multiple hashtags that they're following. So you want to be able to manage those multiple accounts. And then the third thing in my mind about the social media is that you want to be able to support multiple users logging into those accounts and managing the Twitter interactions so that you could have 3 or 4 people working on an account and 3 or 4 people working on some other account. And between them, they're working on the right account and they're answering the right questions. And you might want the product you're using to assign the message, in this case the tweet, to the right person based on context. So if it's a hashtag which names your product, you might want it to be assigned to one person, or if it's a mention or direct message or a different hashtag, you might want it assigned to a different person. You may want automatic email management around that. So there are definitely challenges so that you don't have chaos, but hopefully products that are emerging in the space, and obviously our product is one of them, could help people do much better customer support in the social media world, and again, especially in our case, in Twitter.
Okay, thanks for sharing that, Mark. So can you also point to some examples of companies that are doing an effective job of using social media for customer support?
Some of the names are Comcast. Comcast had a lot of play and a lot of media attention around using social media to help their customers. Verizon did. I mentioned two before, Southwest Airlines and Delta Airlines. They got a lot of media attention. A lot of articles written about those companies. Network Solutions is another. Firefox is another. So there's a large number of companies like that that are very proactively using it.
Excellent. Well, Mark, thanks for sharing those examples and also for taking some time out with us today.
Oh, thank you, and appreciate the time.